What is up guys, Arolf here back again with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Star-Lord. This is Build-A-Figure Korg, so let's get into it. So now taking a look around the packaging, Legend series, you got a broken Mjolnir, you got Marvel's Korg, Star-Lord on the bottom with a Thor Love and Thunder logo, pictures of Star-Lord on both sides, same picture on the back with a brief description, so pause and pause if you want to look and read at those, UPC, scan if you want it, and without further ado, let's get into it. So now taking a closer look at Star-Lord and his accessories here, starting off with the head sculpt. It really does look like Chris Pratt. The only thing that's throwing this and many people off is probably the hair color and the hair itself. But looking at it, you get some nice details here, like that little silver piece of detail that's painted. That's probably for the helmet when he activates it, the little thing that goes behind his ear. But this does really look like Chris Pratt, even from that angle right there. From the side view right there, it's just the hair is just messing with people's view of how this looks accurate to Chris Pratt. You can see it kind of sticks back a little bit, so when you're moving the head up, you might want to move the hair out of the way. By looking at this trench coat here, you can see some nice texturing details, different paint details, kind of matte finishes and glossy finishes. You got some nice more finer details here, kind of this kind of mustard type color that's going on in his little shoulder pads. You got that same mustard color on the zippers and the buckles here. See more of matte texture details and some glossy bits here and there. Soft rubbery plastic for his trench coat. Got some digital printing tech as well, and you can move the arm out. It is a separate rubbery piece. So when you move it up all the way, you can see this little piece right here is a soft rubbery plastic, so it'll allow you to get your arms out. First time I had articulating this guy, I couldn't get his arm out of the way since it was stiff, so I had to a little finesse it with the articulation, but it can move out. The hands here, they're just painted brown. They just painted a part of it brown so it looks like gloves, so one way to save money. And you got more matte texturing, like I said before, soft rubbery plastic. There's a slit down there at the bottom of the trench coat. Legs here are reused from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord, and as well as the torso. And you got peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Star-Lord also comes with the right arm of Korg, so yeah, there you go, leathered up and ready to go. So now taking a look at Star-Lord's only accessories, you get a pair of quad blasters or his elemental guns. You can see they are the exact same sculpt as other Star-Lord quad blasters go, just with less paint. Surprisingly, Hasbro's charging $25 for these figures and less paint. I don't know why, but looking at it, hard plastic, you can see basic kind of gunmetal gray and a little paint on the bits here at the bottom or the inside of the gun. So now taking a look at Star-Lord's articulation here, starting off with the head. It's on a ball hinge, so it does rotate all the way around. It hinges up that far. If you push it further, it can pop off. That's just the nature of the collar kind of restricting it. It can hinge down like so. You also got some tilty shifty head movement, a little head wobble, and a little forward and back motion right there. And one thing to point out is when you're popping off the head, the neck tends to move side to side a little bit. I don't know why they did that, made that a separate piece, but it is what it is. The arms do rotate, they bend outward that far. Right arm at 90 degrees, left arm a little over 90 degrees. You also have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, double pinless elbows here, not for the legs because they are reused. Hinges and rotations at both of the hands here. The torso here hinges down. They added that soft rubbery bit right there, so it kind of hinders it a little bit, plus the trench coat a little bit. but you can get some good motion bending forward, a little motion bending back. Don't worry about breaking that little inner shirt there. It's pretty solid. Also has a waist rotation. Legs can kick forward that far, so it can sit down like so. Little back motion right there for the legs. Also has an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees right there. You also get boot rotation, which rotates all the way around. Right there, it's kind of stiff. Feet are on hinges, so they hinge down like so and up like so. And you also have an ankle pivot, and legs move outward that far. Almost can do the splits, and yeah. Okay, now doing some size comparisons. Here is Star-Lord next to other figures that are reviewed so far from this wave, like Thor, Mighty Thor, Ravager Thor, and King Valkyrie, as well as Ego. You got Gore the God Butcher, you got Volume 2, Star-Lord, and Gamora, as well as more Guardians like the Infinity War, Rocket, and Groot, Build-A-Figure Mantis, Volume 1, Star-Lord, and Volume 2, Nebula. So now comparing a Thor Love and Thunder Star-Lord next to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord, you can see it's a literal night and day difference. You got bright colors on the Love and Thunder as opposed to the muted ones for Volume 2 Star-Lord. And I do prefer the hair sculpt on the Volume 2. If they would have just replaced or reused that for this new Star-Lord, it would have been perfect. You get one serious and one kind of smug looking look for Chris Pratt. He is in there somewhere. It's just they just made the hair too orangey. But looking at the rest of the suit here, you can see they use the same torso and legs. So the legs here, they're just different colors and more paint details like in the buckles. So that's a nice touch. And looking at the torsos here, they use the same torso. They just added that little rubber piece right there on the inside. So Hasbro's finding some new ways to cut corners, and it looks fine. And if you want, you could do some head swaps. I really do prefer this Volume 2 head sculpt on this new Star-Lord costume. And just quickly comparing the blasters here, you could see it's literally a night and day difference. More paint details, just a better look overall. And finally comparing the Love and Thunder Star-Lord next to the Volume 1 Star-Lord, look how far Marvel Legends has come. I do like the glossy kind of wet look. It is movie accurate trench coat for the Volume 1 as opposed to this matted finish on the Love and Thunder Star-Lord. This is probably the last time we might get a trench coat Star-Lord, because from the leak set photos from Volume 3, Star-Lord has his new comic accurate costume, so I can't wait to see that in figure form or Hot Toys figure form. So yeah, looking at it, just how far Marvel Legends have come in a couple of years. This is probably like a 7-year apart difference. But yeah, really cool to have these two figures side by side. So overall, I think this is a good figure. It could have been a great figure. I mean, the hairstyle, the hair color, especially the color for the facial hair is way off. Not even accurate to what we see from the trailer. Kind of a more dark brown hairstyle and facial hair. If they would have updated it with a new figure and added the Volume 2 hairstyle or a new hair sculpt that's more accurate to the movie, I would pick it up and I would probably like it more than this one. The articulation is okay. It's the same exact articulation from Volume 2, so you get really good range of motion in legs and torso. Kind of a little bit hindered by the trench coat here. The arms have some great range as well, even though there are some additional rubber pieces like the shoulder pads, but it doesn't hinder it that much. But other than the articulation, yeah, that's my only problem. It's just the hairstyle. If they would have just made it more accurate, even if they would have just made it a darker color, then I would kind of see Chris Pratt in it. Chris Pratt is definitely there. Or use your finger to cover the hair and just look at the face. Just focus on the face. You'll definitely see Chris Pratt. But other than that, he's a good figure. He could have been a great figure. But yeah, can't wait to see what he does in his minor role or major role in Thor Love and Thunder. So yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys like it. Arolf Moras. This is signing out. Peace.